Hola, bienvenidos a un nuevo vídeo, un nuevo directo, bienvenidos a Fórmula 1 2019 Codemasters. Vamos a analizar unos gameplays que han salido nuevos respecto al anterior directo que hicimos sobre analizando los primeros gameplays que vimos. Ahora vamos a ver los segundos y novedades que han salido, como ver un poco más qué es eso de la edición legendaria de Ayrton Project Lincena, que ha salido un gameplay de eso. Del modo y sabemos sin saber nada. Me imagino que lo sacarán esta semana, que es el Gran Premio de Canadá de Fórmula 1 real. Así que me imagino que sacarán algo. Y aparte de que quedan exactamente esto para traeros al canal el Fórmula 1 2019. Queda exactamente esto. Y por lo tanto, por ya va siendo hora de que nos digan cosas y nos digan noticias sobre este Fórmula 1 2019 de Codemasters. Vamos a empezar ya. A ver, que os he preparado aquí unos gameplays. A ver, dame un segundo que no voy a hacerlo ninguno y los tengo aquí todos enteritos. Vale, perfecto. Están todos, la lástima es que todos... la verdad es que todos los que he encontrado han sido en inglés. Por lo tanto, la comunidad inglesa es la que tiene más prioridad en esto con respecto a Codemasters o según Codemasters indica. Por lo tanto, no puedo hacer nada más. No sé si de esto, pero bueno, intento buscar los gameplays en español, pero no hay nada, pero de nada. Así que habrá que esperar un poco más a ver si se gana algo en español. O habrá que seguirlo viendo en inglés hasta la fecha del día 25, que es cuando aquí en el canal lo tendremos para disfrutarlo y para de todo. Así que sin más dilación, sin más retraso, empezamos ya. Vamos para allá. Vamos allá. El primero. Fórmula 2019, carrera con Max Verstappen en el Gran Premio de España. Es de Araba, por lo tanto, darle las gracias, por ejemplo, a Araba y a toda esta gente que han subido estos gameplays, porque gracias a ellos pues vamos sabiendo algo. Este es uno de los gameplays de la versión antigua de gameplays que había en el Fórmula 1, ¿vale? O sea, por decirlo así, ha habido como una actualización en esta pre-beta o pre-demo, como queráis llamarlo, sobre esto. Por ejemplo, aquí solamente había 4 circuitos, si no me equivoco, que eran Bahrein, España, Mónaco y Francia. Y ahora han actualizado y en los gameplays finales del directo pues se ven más circuitos. Por lo tanto, iremos viendo. Así que si no me enrollo más, vamos con este primer gameplay de Max Verstappen en el Gran Premio de España.
Hey, what's up guys, Arab here, and welcome back to a brand new video here today, and welcome to another exclusive F1 2019 gameplay video here today, and this is the last gameplay. They invited me to go check out the game, play it for an hour. I got to record of it, so an hour is not a lot, and so I was able to make 4 videos out of it. So the 4 we've uploaded so far, the 3 we've uploaded so far, have been the Ferrari at the Monaco GP. In that also we saw the differences of Monaco with the side-by-side comparisons as well. So those were uploaded on Friday and Saturday last week, and then obviously also we had the Alfa Romeo Racing gameplay with Kimi Raikkonen at the French GP at Paul Ricard, and that one was a bit more of a wheel-to-wheel affair with the AI, especially the opening lap, a really sweet inside move on the Renault it was, but all, giving a good indication of, the different circuits of Monaco and Paul Ricard. Both of those circuits have been worked on and changed since F1 2018. And then we obviously had the kind of final one, which was the Bahrain GP with Lewis Hamilton uploaded 2 days ago, and that really showcased once again that different lighting system that we've seen in the game. The artificial lights a lot better at showing off that new lighting system, and also got you another chance to see the AI a bit more aggressive. We saw the slipstreaming effect of the cars moving, the 2 Red Bulls moving with me in that video. But today we have the Spanish GP, the GP just gone, with Max Verstappen in his Red Bull. In hindsight, maybe I should have done Verstappen at Monaco, maybe with Monaco Grand Prix coming up, but I have some content on that anyway planned for the weekend. You'll see what I mean by that. Yeah, we're going to have another 3-lap race around the Monaco GP. Again, has to be short and sweet, because at this point I think this was literally the last race I did in this hour. So I think literally Cody's devs and community manager told me literally I had 10 minutes left to record something, so I just went, okay, I need to do a 3-lap race with Verstappen somewhere. I'll do Spain, because the tracks that are available in the build were Spain, Monaco, Paul Ricard, am I forgetting something else? Bahrain. and so I hadn't done the Spanish Grand Prix yet. So here we are at the Circuit de Catalunya. We're in a one-shot quali. I wanted to do a last to question mark sort of challenge here with Verstappen in Spain and start at the back just to see how the Red Bull v the midfield fight was. Because, this year we've seen the top cars, especially, with Gasly at the Australian Grand Prix and other situations. Sometimes the top cars are actually finding it quite difficult to get past some of these midfield teams because they're so close to the midfield pack. The fight is so close that it's hard to get clean air and not be stuck with dirty air all the time when they're making their way through the traffic. So I was curious to see how it played out in the game. So I was qualifying normally up until literally the last corner. You'll see I'll slow down and purposely come in last place, but I was getting used to it. Of course, a caveat to this video, and it has been for the entire case with all the videos so far. I recorded this at the Cody's HQ with their setup, which was a play seat and a Fanatec wheel. I know I've said it in other videos, but of course, if you're new around here, this is the first video you're seeing of mine from F1 2019 gameplay. I don't usually race in that setup. I don't actually personally like a play seat. I like to be sat upright in a desk chair, and my personal preference is my Thrustmaster that I've got at home. So my driving speed wasn't up to my usual stuff that I'd have in most career mode videos and whatnot. But to be fair, by the end of the lap, I actually got back up into P5, which is around where a Red Bull might qualify at the Spanish GP. So I was kind of happy about that. And then obviously, like I said, we let go of the throttle, just let ourselves go down to last place. And now we're going to see how we can do in the traffic and see how the AI defend and react. And this will be a good chance for them to showcase how aggressive they are. So let's get into it.
I don't think we're in for a quiet one today. It's race day here at the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya. It's a sellout crowd of 140,000 here today as we await lights out for the 730-metre sprint down to turn 1 of this 2.9-mile racetrack. Overtaking is challenging through these 16 corners, but there's still a lot of high-speed excitement to be found, including the flat-out turn 3 and the terrifying blind right of turn 9.
Right, we're going to get straight into it then off that intro to 5 red lights. So the Spanish GP here, 3 laps on the F1 2019 game, the final gameplay video. 5 lights are out and we're on the way, and there's a lot of wheel spin in first and second gear and even third gear. I think that's more to do with the Fanatec pedal, to be honest, more than the actual wheel spin in the game and the kind of starts you get on the game. I suspect probably it's going to be a little bit more fairer once you're comfortable with the setup. But you try to dive down the inside of the Toro Rosso, he completely squeezes me into the apex there. To be fair, I did make quite a light dive bomb, so that's fair enough. And we're now going to try and go around the outside of turn 3, getting forced very wide there. And so the Toro Rosso really being quite aggressive. We're getting a legal overtake on him. So at this point I was feeling like, okay, they seem very, very punchy. Like, they're not giving me much room. You can see the Williams car, I was very shocked at that. He cut across me like that. Usually I would think in F1 2018 he would see me and would kind of give me the benefit of the doubt and give me the room there, but instead he just chopped me off straight away. So that was quite impressive and quite, surprising to me at least. But obviously the entire, sugarcoat with this is the fact that I would be a little bit faster on my home setup than I am right now with this setup. So maybe I would have made that dive on the outside of the Williams car had I been with a different setup. But now you can see some nice two-way battling between the AI, and then we make a dive bomb down the inside of 2 of those cars. So at least under braking, the Red Bull would be much better than these cars. So we made the triple overtake there. So that was at least very good from us. And so getting into a groove a little bit, and now we catch up to the other Williams car. But so far, pretty good. I feel like the balance was there quite well. We're up into P15. I would expect us to get up to P15 on lap 1 at least in a Red Bull car versus those lower cars. We've also got the Williams though, who's going to actually give me some bother here, because we go around the outside, albeit unorthodox place to make a move. I lock up on the front left, doesn't help me out there, and so on the apex, the Williams is still there and gives me a tough time. I can't get the traction down fast enough compared to him, and he actually gets me in a straight line. And again, cuts across me quite a lot there. I felt like again in last year's game I might have been given a little bit more room on the outside, but that just might be me reading into it right now compared to last year. Maybe it would have been the case on last year's game as well. But here I tried to, didn't know where to go. I wanted to make a dive to the inside, but again, just didn't feel confident enough under braking to get the Williams car. That corner, I'm going to say that was probably more just the feeling on the brake pedal for me. The Fanatec brake pedal is so stiff, so I think that time I probably could have actually made that dive. I was just a bit more confident on the brakes, and so instead we're stuck behind him for another kind of sector here. We're going to have to try and line this up on the exit. I feel like they changed the exit a little bit of Spain here. I felt like it was a little bit easier to navigate on that bump, and it wasn't such a kind of ball ache on the exit of that chicane there. Now we go through, DRS is activated. Obviously we don't have it quite yet, but we use overtake mode, and we're not using, well, use a little bit of fuel to try and get the Williams car to the inside. He squeezes me to the inside, which is good to see there. He actually physically did pinch me on the right hand side of the grass there, and I get a little bit too close for comfort there, and I think I actually half span him out there, so that was my bad. But also at the same time, he did kind of keep his nose in when I did kind of have the corner. Oh no, kind of 50-50. I may have been a bit too aggressive there. But oh well, we got past him anyway, and we're up into P14. And now I've got some clean air to try and catch up to Sergio Perez. But I think by the end of the lap, actually, well, obviously we're on lap 3, so this is pretty much it. That's the sprint race done, unfortunately. This was literally the last minutes I got to record of F1 2019 in this 1 hour session here. So I wanted to try and catch him and overtake him, but I think by the end of the lap I catch him, but can't quite overtake him. But it kind of does show, I think, that the AI are a little bit harder to overtake in dirty air and in that traffic scenario. But I think, I'm going to guess, I probably could have got maybe up into P10 minimum, maybe, or maximum by lap 3 if I was using my own wheel and was in a more comfortable setup, I think. If I was as fast as I usually am, I think I probably could have got up into P10. So that's the kind of sugarcoat caveat you have to take with this entire thing and opinion on the gameplay. Impression-wise, in terms of racing the AI, they definitely seemed to attack me more. I felt like I was being bullied around a little bit more by the AI, which was good to see. Obviously, that happened a little bit in 2018, but a lot of the times, like I was talking to Lee Mather about, you could easily kind of spook them off the road, which he definitely said they'd want to try and tweak for 2019.
That's a fantastic performance from Ferrari. It hardly looked in doubt. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, I know it's a bit of a boring answer, but the truth is they simply had the best speed package on the day, and a driver...
Looking at the podium, you can see that red suit, familiar to fans across the globe.
So guys, that's it for the Spanish GP gameplay with Max Verstappen. I literally had to even skip through the intros because I was literally having to wrap up the recording and be done with it and get out of that cockpit at the Cody's HQ. But at the end of this video, I wanted to know your guys' opinions on all the gameplay so far. So we're playing through some clips again that you saw at the start of the Ferrari gameplay, the Alfa Romeo Racing gameplay, and also the Mercedes at Bahrain. But let me know in the comments below, guys, which one has impressed you most with F1 2019 and which one's not. So from all 4 gameplays, Ferrari...
Bueno, como acabáis de ver, el primer gameplay solamente vamos a dejar esta parte, porque esta parte es la misma que ha habido aquí al principio, por lo tanto no hay mucho más que ver. Y tengo más vídeos preparados, así que quiero ir un poco ágil, ¿vale? Bueno, ya comenté en el anterior episodio, en la anterior vez que lo vimos, un poco lo que comenté. El volante está por actualizar, aunque en los próximos gameplays se ven coches con volantes actualizados, que a lo mejor no se sabía que estaban actualizados, pero bueno. Así que bueno, vamos a sacar partes positivas que poco a poco van pareciendo que van gustando más. Y poco más que decir de este gameplay, que los volantes tienen que estar actualizados y bueno, un poco más. Porque todo lo demás está dicho en el anterior directo, así que bueno. Quien quiera pues que se lo vea y vamos para allá. Vale, siguiente gameplay. Gameplay de Fórmula 2. Vamos a verlo. Así que no me enrollo más y vamos a darle caña a este gameplay del Fórmula 2. También el circuito Barcelona-Cataluña. Creo que es con George Russell este gameplay, pero bueno, no me hagáis mucho caso. Así que venga abajo, lo pongo.
Hello and welcome to F1 2019. Again, we're back with some more F2 gameplay. We're going to Barcelona and doing a 5-lap race with George Russell. Hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. If you guys want to see more gameplay around launch, let me know. And a big thank you to anyone that supported the last 2 episodes, the last 2 videos even. And yeah, enjoy the gameplay.
Welcome to the circuit to Barcelona, Catalunya. This circuit has seen some exciting racing over the last quarter century. The question is, which of the young drivers below will be the next to write a chapter of that illustrious history? It's 2.89 miles around the circuit to Barcelona, Catalunya, 7 lefts and 9 rights that make up a total of 16 corners. Probably one of the best opportunities for overtaking is down the main straight and into the first turn. That's one of the 2 DRS zones the drivers will be able to use this weekend. Davide, is there anything we should be looking for in today's race? The teams are all very competitive at the moment, so are we about to witness a push from anyone in particular?
Hi Alex, the team will have been studying everyone else out there very carefully, so I think we are in for a very interesting event today. I can't wait to see how this race unfolds.
With that then, let's run through the grid order. A fantastic effort from Lando Norris yesterday.
some space going into the first corner, so try to keep it tidy.
Vale, si no os importa, salto hasta la vuelta vuelta 4, que así vemos las 4 y las 5, y os cuento que mi impresión sobre la Fórmula 2, ¿vale? Que ya lo conté en el anterior directo, pero lo contaré también, ¿vale? Así que sin de esto os salto porque no hay mucha carrera que... Creo que sea una carrera tampoco interesante, así que le doy la vuelta 4 y desde ahí os lo dejo.
Nice move. Good job. This is your final lap of the race. The car behind has started to drop back. There's a gap beginning to form. Great job. You've done everything we wanted today.
Victory for ART then, after a quality performance. And I have to wonder, Davide Valsecchi, just what set them apart from the competition here.
Although the Formula 2 cars are all the same spec, the winner just looked better out there. It would have been a combination of getting those tires up to running temperature faster and driving to the condition on track. They made it look easy out there today.
An amazing race today, and a very well-deserved one too. The team worked very hard to get exactly the right setup out of the F2 car that works for them, and the results speak for themselves. ART GP winners today. Now then, Davide Valsecchi, who would you say was your driver of the day?
I have to give
Bueno, como sabéis, la Fórmula 2 para mí es una de las muy buen puntazo que le han metido. No solamente eso, a mí lo que me gusta es que está bien hecha encima y sobre todo porque tenemos ahora la temporada 2018 cuando salga el juego, recordad. Y cuando se acabe la temporada 2019 meterán un DLC gratuito para todo el mundo que tenga el juego claramente con la Fórmula 1 2019. O sea, vamos a tener, por decirlo así, 2 temporadas de Fórmula 1 disponibles. Así que perfecto por mí y muy buen trabajo de Codemaster al traernos esto. Como veis, aquí tenéis más gameplays, pero esto lo mostré en el anterior episodio, así que si queréis os pasáis los veis. Siguiente, Daraba en Bahrein de noche. Tengo otro gameplay de Bahrein de noche, pero este para que veáis un poco cómo se lucen los gráficos y todo esto en este Gran Premio de Bahrein.
Hey, what's up guys, Arva here, and welcome back to some more F1.
It's race day and our drivers are all out on the grid performing their final checks before we get underway here at the Bahrain International Circuit. We'll be racing around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit today. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left down into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. It's race day yet again, and joining me for a chat, Anthony Davidson. And our racers are certainly in for a rough day today. What will you be watching for as they go down into turn 1?
Well, the start of the race is always one of the most nerve-wracking parts. You have to hope that everyone is able to get off to a clean start, and this is possibly the trickiest part of the entire race. So many drivers in such a small space, and finding your braking point into turn 1 as well. It's a testament to the driver's skill that there aren't more incidents.
You should have some space going into the first corner, so try to keep it tight.
Right, so here we go then to 5 red lights for this 2019 Bahrain Grand Prix, on board with Lewis Hamilton in his Mercedes car. Remember, it's the 2019 spec car with the Mercedes livery draped on top of it. Before I see comments about the steering wheel, the nose and whatnot, guys, remember, it's a 2019 spec car with a livery on top of it, and for the release everything will be updated to the full 2019 models. But you can see there's some nice 2x2 action with the 2 Ferrari cars. We get some side-by-side action with Verstappen, the 2 Red Bulls now fighting with Gasly also getting to the mix there. But you can just see how gorgeous everything looks at Bahrain. Like, they've really stepped it up here. This is the track where you really get to see the difference. And I think when we see gameplay finally of places like the Singapore GP as well, you'll really notice the difference in the lighting. You can kind of see it at Monaco with the more natural lighting, I feel, in that gameplay video, and also France as well. The way the light just kind of bounces off the cars sits a little bit better. But with the artificial light, you can then really start to tell the big differences and the changes from 2018. But yeah, I mean, talking a little bit about the kind of handling of the car, I said I can't really talk about the major plot points of the handling because it was hard to tell. But like I echoed in my Monaco video, definitely I felt the car was a little bit easier to lock up, but that might have just been the Fanatec pedal. I'm not too sure. The curb certainly felt even more robust than 2018. Like the physics of it, the feeling of the force feedback was a little bit better than 2018. And 2018 was already a big step up from 17. So I thought that was quite positive in that aspect of things. But apart from that, it was really hard to really get a grasp. So I can't really say much more. So let's just let the gameplay roll through, and I'll come back in when we get some nice AI dueling. So we now get to a point of the race where the AI behind me start to catch me up a little bit. I've been trying to go a little bit, tiny bit slower just to make sure they can get my slipstream, just to kind of test the theory, because at this point Lee Mather was talking to me whilst I was racing about the AI following you a little bit better and tracking you a bit better. So I wanted to kind of test that theory. So we go here and we're off the racing line here. That's not the normal racing line, pulling to the right. Verstappen and even Gasly, there you can see, is kind of half alongside. As you can see, other cars are back on the racing line. So you've got a 3-car train following me on that, dirty line of the straight, trying to catch the toe and slipstream, which was really good. They did that a bit in 2018, but it wasn't so pronounced. Like, that was full on Verstappen Gasly literally moved with me onto that line, whereas in 2018, you sometimes had to artificially force the AI to do that with you by forcing them wide if you were kind of going nearly 2x2, but if they were just fully behind you, they never really pulled behind you like a player-on-player would. So that was a very positive aspect. It kind of felt like the AI were finally acting a little bit more like players, and you saw that with the other gameplay, with the way they kind of also dive bombed you a bit more. They went for those kind of maybe more risque passes sometimes. It felt like, at least at Monaco, with the dive bombs they were doing to me, but of course I was a little bit slower around Monaco, having the setup, not being too comfortable. Again, look at that, Verstappen pulls along. You can see Gasly's also halfway through the track, trying to also maybe catch some toe as well, not fully on the racing line. There I get it messed up, of course, and just have a mistake there, and the 2 Red Bulls are able to switch back and undercut me, and I try and get back on Gasly there.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
Here's our winner, pulling their Ferrari into Parc Fermé. What a fantastic race it was. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
I'd say it was down once again to good, consistent driving, nailing the corners, working to the track conditions, and perfecting the team's strategies. They got all of these things right today, and the results speak for themselves.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today, and a stunning win for Ferrari.
For this last part of the video, just showing you some replay cameras.
Bueno, como habéis podido ver el gameplay, pues se luce bastante bien en el juego de noche, sinceramente. Yo creo que es uno de las mejores que hemos tenido de iluminación nocturna, pero bueno, como digo, no solamente es lo que le vas al juego, o sea, son 3 circuitos nocturnos, porque podemos decir, son Bahrein, Singapur y Abu Dhabi. Entonces, me interesa también que arreglen lo de los volantes, que creo que ya lo han arreglado, pero bueno, esto. La edición de Senna y Pros, que veremos un gameplay después, sale el día 25. La edición normal sale el día 28 de junio. O sea, las dos en junio salen, pero una el 25 y el otro el 28. Vale, siguiente. Gameplay en Mónaco de noche, pero bueno, tampoco hay mucho más que explicaros. Aquí, fijaros bien, se luce cómo se luce. Se luce como se luce y no hay mucho más que decir, o sea, es... Bueno, y como cuarto para que quiera, toda la gente que quiera ponerlo de noche en Mónaco, pues el cortocircuito, pero no es lo más costumbre en el modo trayectoria de jugar de noche en Mónaco, por eso lo he dicho. Entonces, veremos a ver qué tal. Vale, siguiente gameplay. Estos ya son actualizados. Como veis, el volante de Williams actualizado. La edición de Senna y Pros, que aquí la tenéis, que os lo voy a enseñar. Y este que también os lo voy a enseñar, que es de hoy este vídeo. Como veis, 2 de junio. Que bueno, quedan estos 4 vídeos para mostraros, así que vamos a ello. Carrera en Canadá con el McLaren, y aquí podremos ver las caras de todos los pilotos.
Hey everyone, my name is
Que voy a analizar todos vosotros aquí.
Tommy T9 and this.
Primero quito el sonido, pero os lo doy, ¿vale? Que es el menú para ayer, si hablamos un poco de cómo son las caras de los pilotos y todo esto. El menú. Vale, la de Hamilton, a ver si mira para aquí. Bueno, la de Bottas está bastante bien comparado con el año pasado. Y la de Hamilton también. A ver, de Ferrari, vamos a ver. Vettel, como veis, le cuesta agarrar las texturas, pero cuando las cargas se ve bien el juego. Tenemos a Vettel, Charles Leclerc. Están bastante bien hechas para lo que es Codemasters. Verstappen y Pierre Gasly. En Renault tenemos a Ricciardo y a Hülkenberg, ahí los tenéis. Ricciardo y Hülkenberg. Voy a poner una pantalla completa. Tenemos aquí a Romain Grosjean y a Kevin Magnussen. Carlos Sainz, aquí lo tenéis, y Lando Norris. Que el gameplay va a ser con Lando Norris, precisamente. Con la dificultad muy baja, ya os lo digo porque yo lo he visto. Tienes a Pérez y a Lance Stroll. Raikkonen y Giovinazzi. No está mal hecho, bueno, está bastante bien Giovinazzi. Kvyat. Y Albon también está bastante bien hecho. Realmente las caras nuevas están bastante bien. Ahí tenemos a Russell. Y a Kubica está muy bien hecho, sinceramente. Al menos para mí. Así que bueno. Bueno, vamos a ver el gameplay con Lando Norris. Ahora sí que sí os pongo el volumen del juego.
To come. This is the first one, and we're heading to Canada.
Yesterday's incredible qualifying, there's no doubt we're in for an intense race here in Montreal. And I think we're just about ready to begin. If you want flat-out racing, you've come to the right place this weekend, as it's full throttle for 59% of this 2.7-mile circuit, peaking at around 210 miles per hour going into the final chicane. But that speed requires discipline, and there are more than a few close walls here just waiting to punish drivers with a heavy right foot. Anthony Davison joins me today, and looking very chirpy as well, it must be said. And by your smile, I'm guessing you're anticipating a good race today.
I always get like this when it comes to race day, Crofty, you should know that. I do think we're in for an extra exciting one today though, that's for sure. The current lineup of drivers are all super competitive, and with the recent upgrades being made by some of the teams, who knows how today will play out.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Gasly, Vettel, Charles Leclerc and Verstappen, Norris, Sainz, Grosjean and Lance Stroll, Hülkenberg, Ricciardo, Kevin Magnussen and Perez, Kubica, Giovinazzi, Daniel Kvyat and Alexander Albon, Russell and Kimi Raikkonen finishes off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
So the races are going to be 3 laps. The AI is set to 50% difficulty, and you'll notice they are a lot more aggressive now and drive, well, as you would expect them to in real life. I am no pro driver, so I do have the corner line on. I would say I'm okay at driving games. I've played a lot of F1 games in the past, and I would normally find if I had settings at 50%, I would be streaming past all of the opponents and kind of like, I'd need to put normally onto 75% AI difficulty to give myself a chance. But you'll notice, in not just this video, things are a lot more difficult these days. The setup, well, they had a wheel and pedal scenario, but I tried that and got some reasonable gameplay on those, but I also managed to get this gameplay in a couple of the other races with a controller in hand. So you'll notice probably from the way that the wheel is moving and the way that like the little changes that are happening as I'm driving around, that you can probably tell this is played on a pad. It's on PS4, but do not forget, this is all work in progress. The game itself felt brilliant, played very well. In this video, we're going to play the 3-lap race, but we're also then got the full 3-lap replay at the end as well, so you can see lots of the different kind of like graphic changes, the lighting, the shading, the way the cars are looking. But yeah, I'm going to leave you after that incredible pass at the final chicane, which puts me into 3rd position. I'm going to leave you to watch the end of this race. Now, I have got plenty more videos to come. If you'd like to see one, let's say today, if we can get 999 likes on this video, I'll get another video up as soon as we hit that target. There's some absolute corkers to come. I cannot wait to share them. We've got more F2 as well, which is obviously new to the game this time round. And I've also got a classic race. Well, no, it's a classic event with both Prost and Senna, which you do not want to miss. So my name is Tommy T999, and a huge thank you to Codemasters here in the UK for getting me access and hands-on with the game early, and then letting me share it with you. I do hope you enjoy this. I cannot wait to see your reaction as to what happens at the end of these 3 laps. All I'll say is, I should have paid a little bit more attention. That's all I'm going to say. Until the end of this video, I hope you enjoy F1 2019. My name is Tommy T999. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you don't enjoy it, give it a dislike. Share it with your friends if you want more people to see all about F1 2019. And subscribe to the channel for daily videos, whether it's top 10s, exclusive gameplay, more F1, or walkthroughs of games as they release. So can you believe it? Norris was on for a podium but I switched to rich mix for the fuel right at the start and then didn't pay attention to the fact that I'd run out and I got pipped on the line by Vettel. That is an unbelievable way to win this race, and I'm so gutted. I really wanted to get McLaren on that podium and give Norris his first podium in F1.
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
So it was a 1-2 for the Mercedes team. Bottas, Hamilton. Will that be the case when we go to Canada in a week's time in real life? I'm so gutted for Norris and McLaren. It's my own fault. We were so set for that third position, which would have been incredible. But unfortunately, Vettel and Ferrari pipped us to that position. So I'm going to let now the full replay play through. This is all from Norris's viewpoint, from the action cam here. So enjoy this. It will hopefully give you another indication as to how good the game.
Bueno, como hemos podido ver, a ver si puedo pillar el momento. Vale, aquí.
For the fuel right at the...
Aquí, perfecto. Vemos el volante de McLaren ya actualizado. Cosa importante porque lo que estaba diciendo antes de los volantes. Vemos que McLaren al menos ya lo tiene actualizado, y el Williams también, y el Toro Rosso y el Renault. Ya llevamos 4 equipos, faltan 6, y veremos a ver si suben gameplays con eso o con alguno de los que ya han subido anteriormente, y vemos si lo han actualizado o no. Pero bueno, esto es una buena noticia, así que perfecto por mí. Vale, así que bueno. Vale, vamos a continuar con el siguiente gameplay, que es en lluvia extrema de noche en Mónaco con el Williams, y como vemos el volante está actualizado.
Welcome everybody, my name is Tommy T. Tribune, and this is the next installment of Formula 1 2019 exclusive gameplay here on the channel. If you missed the first episode, I'll leave it linked in the top right hand corner for you right now. You get to see a McLaren, Lando Norris, racing around the Canada circuit, and there's a pretty interesting ending to it, so if you've not seen it, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but this video is also very special. I wanted to see if I can get Williams back in winning ways.
It's race day and our drivers are all out on the grid performing their final checks before we get underway here at the Bahrain International Circuit. The 3.36 miles of Bahrain International Circuit are seldom driven in wet conditions, so there are all new challenges in store for our drivers today. 6 lefts and 9 rights make up the 15 corners here, with turns 1 and 4 the best chances to overtake. Joining me on this very wet day is a man who's no stranger to driving in miserable conditions. Anthony Davidson, you've driven open cockpit, you've driven sports cars. How does the wet weather experience change between the different disciplines?
Well, I wouldn't say there's much difference in all honesty. You know, besides the terrifying closing speeds you find in sports cars with the different categories all sharing the same track, driving in the rain is, well, driving in the rain. Of course, the biggest difference between the two is the closed cockpit versus the open cockpit. You get the luxury of staying dry in the sports car, but if your screen ever gets dirty, well, that's a pit stop, not just wiping your visor or pulling away a tear off. But most of the time, you know, they're both as miserable as each other, to be honest.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The fence starts from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Verstappen, Leclerc, Pierre Gasly, and Vettel, Perez, Hülkenberg, Norris, and Daniel Ricciardo, Magnussen, Sainz, Roman Grosjean, and Stroll, Russell, Giovinazzi, Robert Kubica, and Kimi Räikkönen. Albon and Daniel Kvyat completes the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
So are we going to be able to get Williams some glory? To do that, we're going to be driving as George Russell. We have qualified in P15, and what you will see is something that you probably won't see in real life. We've got extreme weather. It's heavy rain in Bahrain. 3-lap race. Is there going to be the opportunity for Williams to find glory once again? So sit back and enjoy. After the race, you've got 3 laps of full replay. I'll come back at the end to have a quick chat, but I do hope you enjoy this gameplay. If you do, give it a like, give it a thumbs up. Everyone goes a huge way. If we get, let's say, well, George Russell is number 63, so 633 likes. I'll get another F1 2019 exclusive gameplay up on the channel as quickly as possible. Share the video with as many people as you want to. Get the word out there about this brand new game. A huge thank you to Codemasters for getting me hands on early and being able to let me share it with you. And thank you, if you have watched the first video, for all of your support on that. It's so very much appreciated. So sit back and enjoy this race. Bahrain, heavy rain. Can Williams get on the podium? Can they get some points? You'll find out very soon.
Bueno, no voy a dejar el gameplay entero, claramente, porque ya prácticamente hemos visto de nocturno cómo es, y con lluvia pues ya vemos cómo está siendo. Entonces, vamos al siguiente, que es este gameplay. Como veis, viene con la edición de Senna y Prost. ¿Por qué lo digo? Lo digo porque solamente esta opción la tendrá la gente que lo tenga el día 25, como yo, en este caso. Así que quede y que conste y que se sepa que, o sea, que no... Que sepa y que conste que no va a estar accesible para todo el mundo, ¿vale? Acaso de que te compres la edición del día 28 y compres esta edición, que no sé cuánto va a costar, que creo que además te ha puesto que son 10 euros, pues te la compres aparte cuando se acabe la opción de comprar la edición legendaria. Así que, no sé. Yo por si acaso me pido la edición legendaria, sí tengo todo el juego, más que lo tengo el día 25. Así que vamos a ver qué tal. Vamos a darle caña.
And welcome to another Formula 1 2019 video, and what a video we have got today for you.
Hello again, and thank you for joining us today for one of the few events this year that won't have a critical impact on the World Championship. So maybe we can all relax just a little bit more and enjoy the action from this wonderful field of historic cars.
So
Vale, no voy a dejar todo el gameplay y lo voy a explicar yo de manera y así lo entendéis, ¿vale? Aparte de que está en PlayStation 4 y que va a conducir con mando este hombre, aquí tenemos el coche con el casco de Alain Prost, ¿vale? En Monza va a ser este gameplay. Bueno, vemos que es como una cosa esta de los clásicos de toda la vida. Yo pensaba que podían ser carreras, que a lo mejor está, pero realmente el menú solamente ha mostrado la opción de coger el piloto, ¿no? Ha mostrado la opción de modo carrera o de un circuito que puedes escoger. Directamente ha hecho una transición y ha saltado directamente a lo que es esto que estamos viendo. Entonces, poca cosa que decir porque son clásicos y prácticamente yo, por lo menos, no casi ni los voy a tocar. Los clásicos, voy a tocar más la Fórmula 2 este año y la Fórmula 1 que los clásicos. Ya de por sí no nos toco cuando no están en la Fórmula 2, pues este año imagínate que estando en la Fórmula 2 pues no los voy a tocar. Pero bueno, la edición en Pro Selector la probaremos y veremos a ver qué narices es cuando lo tengamos el día 25. Será una de las cosas que miraremos por mirar prácticamente, y poco más, ¿vale? Entonces, aquí tenéis un gameplay con el Ferrari y aquí con el McLaren Honda de Ayrton Senna. A ver si puedo poner la cámara todo el coche. Pues eso pensaba. Pues eso he visto también esta mañana. Aquí. Ahí tenéis el coche con Ayrton Senna. El Ayrton Senna, el su dorsal, bueno, todo. Está implantado en la trayectoria. Puede ser, pero más que en la trayectoria no sabemos nada. Entonces, cuando sepa algo os lo traeré. Cuando saquen algún gameplay de trayectoria os lo traeré, ¿vale? Pero hasta entonces nada. Pero a ver. Entonces, vamos a ver esto. Es que tampoco hay mucho más que decir de esto. Son clásicos y poco más, ¿vale? Esto, vuelvo a repetir, solamente lo tendrá la gente que tenga la edición del día 25 o el DLC que se lo compre aparte, que cuando se acabe la edición del día 25 debe de vender, ¿vale? Eso que conste. Entonces, vamos a ir con el último gameplay. Este me gustaría que lo vierais enteros, que son 24 minutos. Bueno, ¿por qué lo digo entero? Porque aquí se ven bastantes cosas como es el menú, lo explican en inglés, como quien tenga ahí bastante de inglés, va a entenderlo, vamos, para rajatabla. Pero bueno, vamos a ver los trozos, realmente voy a silenciarlo y vamos a ir a lo que, bueno, este gameplay ya lo habíamos visto, el del Renault. Bueno, esto es lo de Alain Prost y Ayrton Senna con los clásicos. Esto es como sería. Pero vamos a dar. A ver, modo repetición que no ha cambiado nada, todo sigue igual, la música, de la para adelante para atrás, todo quitarlo, cambiar el piloto, la cámara, modo foto, efecto sigue estando, de carga, con mucho, esto pone escena. A ver si pillo lo que quiero mostraros. Esto es primero, vale. Tenemos la F2, quiero mostrar el menú. Pero bueno, podemos ver un poco como la cinemática de entrada que la hemos visto antes, pero tampoco es que sea lo mejor del mundo. Es verdad que la han mejorado y se ve mejor, pero esto es una cosa muy mala. Cuidado. El Gran Premio de Canadá no está en el calendario de la Fórmula 2, ¿vale? Yo creo que lo han implementado para que tenga más circuito la Fórmula 2, pero que conste, que se sepa de que no está en el calendario de la Fórmula 2 el Gran Premio de Canadá. Que conste, que se sepa. Esto es una cosa que han metido de Master por meterla. Espero que no esté en trayectoria esto. Porque si no es una cagada gorda de estas que dices vaya tela. Así que cuidado. Vamos a tirar para adelante. El safety car. Bla, bla. Vamos por los pilotos de la Fórmula 2. Aiken. Me juega con la cámara del halo y con todo. ¿Eh? De F2 han 3 carreras. No, en la trayectoria de la F2 son Bahrein, Abu Dhabi. Realmente Abu Dhabi el último. Y entre esas dos están circuitos europeos. No corren ningún circuito más la Fórmula 2. Son los únicos que corren. Si tuviera la Fórmula 3, pues correrían Montmeló y algunos pocos más. ¿Vale? Adelante, Canadá. Tampa tal. Tenemos un poco Mónaco con el Renault. Tiene el volante oficial. Singapur no, en Singapur no corren. Me ha traído dándonos una charla, el menú. Vale, esto. Esto es el contrarreloj. Lo que me gusta es que se vea tu dorsal aquí. Antes salía un espacio en blanco o no salía ni el dorsal. Bueno, me gusta más cómo está el menú este año. Y sobre todo la elección de los circuitos, ¿veis? Lo que os decía antes. Antes solamente estaba Bahrein, que está aquí, que está aquí. Aquí. Bahrein, España, Mónaco y Francia. No estaba ni Canadá, ni Italia, ni Japón. Lo han hecho más grande, por lo tanto, diría que lo han actualizado esto de esta demo o esta beta que está probando a la gente, que les ha permitido Codemaster, ¿vale? Así que bueno, veremos a ver. Y poco más que mostraros, ya no hay mucha cosa más. Espero que la semana que viene, que iniciamos ya mañana, pues ya den algo de la trayectoria, porque ya si no me empieza a asustar y bastante. Porque que no sacar información, vale, se sabe que está, pero me gustaría saber la Fórmula 2 cómo estará introducida, si estará, si no, y cómo estarán metidas las cosas, bueno, un montón de cosas, porque se sacaron 2 imágenes, pero hasta ahí, no dieron nada más. Por lo tanto, espero y deseo que saquen más información y podamos ir pues avanzando. Así que nada, gente, como siempre, un placer haber visto aquí, como siempre, like, suscribiros y nos vemos en el próximo directo del canal, así que estad atentos, activad la campanita. Gracias por todo y nos vemos en la próxima, gente. Chao, chao.